Welcome to Defeat Corruption News. We stand by middle ground politics. Any other kind of politics must be rejected. Was Andrew Bridgen right or wrong to ask questions in UK Parliament? We don't know. We are not sure. Enjoy episode 2 of Planet Sheeple. Disclaimer: Planet Sheeple does not allude to planet Earth or the actions of people on Earth. It is just a story, but it can offer an understanding to not make mistakes that happened on Planet Sheeple. The Wonga makers are very, very clever. They have been through a longer evolutionary process than the other ordinary sheeple. Through the use of creating Wonga and controlling it, the Wonga makers had control over absolutely everything: mainstream media, corporations, education, and even politics. They had put into power in the political parties leaders who worked for them and not the sheeple. So they released a virus into the sheeple population, but not a killer virus, because of that pesky immune system which would eventually combat the virus and neutralize it. They released the virus, which had an 80% survival rate, and the way to depopulate the sheeple would be to give them a new form of what they called scientifically created medication. They explained through rather persistent media and through rather persistent sheep herder politicians that by taking this new medicine they will protect the elderly sheeple. And of course the sheeple want to do that, so they were queuing up for this new medication, even though that medication had not been properly tested for safety. It did not matter. Save the old sheeple. Keep your distance from other people. Put on a mask. Stay in your homes. Keep away from the sunlight, even though it gives you a special vitamin. You don't need these things. What you need to do is trust the Wonga money maker science and take the medicine. That's all you have to focus on. And this message was aimed at the sheeple from every possible angle. Sheeple who were hesitant were described as murderers, anti-medication, not caring about and loving their relatives and willing to murder their relatives. The sheeple were queuing up for this new medication. They had to do it. They wanted to save their population. The people were distracted, very confused, and the sheeple found themselves isolated and absolutely unable to unite in any way at all. As time progressed, after being told, this will make you immune, this will stop you infecting the people you love, they found that the Wonga makers explained very honestly and fair to them that the virus mutates and becomes worse, so they will need booster medicine. And they queued up and they took the booster medicine. And the Wonga makers, through their corporations, through their controlled mainstream media, told the sheeple, hey, it's mutating into something very bad. We are going to have to protect all age groups, even your children, even your babies. Come on, step forward, help us protect you, take the medicine. This scenario went on for around 2 years, and the same story. The virus has mutated, you need more medicine, help us to help you protect you. And so it went on and on. But new scenarios appeared, and this was very scary. The people were also told that the twin suns by their planet were overheating and causing hotter weather on Planet Sheeple. So the solution to that was to take away all the functional things in society that the people use to move forward and be together and achieve more in society. In fact, the solution was correctly taught to them that they would even have to pay a tax and limit their right to travel. The best option: stay at home, keep away from others, protect your friends, protect the planet, take more medicine, worry about the world overheating from the 2 twin suns. The people were now seriously divided, and around about this time, a lot of them started to die in all different ages from diseases that had never been a threat. Strange, but I suspect it's not true, that their immune systems were being weakened and they were no longer able to even fend off illnesses which would never have been a problem to them in the past. Of course they were wondering, why all these sudden deaths? And the Wonga makers correctly explained to them, it's because of climate change. We need to put screens around the planet. Our twin suns are heating up. We must protect you and now also our world. We need to tax you a lot. You need to stop using anything that we say works against keeping our planet cooler. And the deaths continued to mount up. Certain sheeple with high qualifications in medicine and science and many other things started to ask questions. But of course the Wonga makers were right to quickly shut them down, tell the population they're talking nonsense, trust us, trust our science. And the sheeple continued to do that, but they were having doubts. It is a very strange feeling when you're being helped by a medicine, you're being protected from the twin suns, and people are suddenly dropping dead everywhere of illnesses that were once not a problem. Even some of the politicians who used to be middle ground politicians were thinking, something in my sheep gut tells me that I need to be asking questions on behalf of the sheeple who elected me into power to represent them and protect them. The sheeple found themselves living in a world where everything became the opposite of what they knew. And this caused a lot of conflict while they argued with each other. It was a very difficult time. And the sheeple were looking at something quite serious, literally the collapse of their civilization as they know it. This meant the future for them looked very dark. In episode 3, the final episode about the Sheeple planet, we will look at what happened.